What the fuck is going on, my dudes? It's your boy Chris Thrash, back at it again in the banger hanger with Warbringer.
Empty sinking feeling deep in the soul. No a better kind of world is not possible. It cannot be done beyond my control. No a better kind of world is not possible. I keep myself distracted by staring at a screen. My mind's always racing, no longer I dream. I swallow prescriptions 'cause the problem is me. My mood's far more stable, no longer do I dream of another world.
We've had a lot of dank Warbringer releases up until now. We've had Woe to the Vanquished, Weapons of Tomorrow. Is this going to hold up in the Napalm era of this band? Let's find out. Warbringer, Wrath and Ruin, out March 14th on Napalm Records.
Expect nothing different from
Warbringer formed in the trenches of shitty early 2000s metal in California, influenced by classic thrash metal. They became a big part of the 2000s thrash movement. The band gained recognition with their debut album, War Without End, in 2008. Since then, they've released 5 more records, including Waking into Nightmares, followed by Worlds Torn Asunder in 2011, which saw the band gaining the heavier artillery of one Carlos Cruz, currently of Warbringer, Nails, followed by in 2017, when the band released Woe to the Vanquished. They saw the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles' worst enemy, the Shredder, aka Chase Becker, joined the band, followed by Master Baser Chase Bryan in 2018, with singer John Kevill and Lord Adam Von Carroll, originally the drummer and then guitarist, being the only consistent members throughout the band's history. Their last album, Weapons of Tomorrow, was released in 2020. Once again, this album got thwarted by the pandemic. Still hits like a motherfucker. So, how will Wrath and Ruin fit into the rest of their band's discography? Let's find out. First single on this album is The Sword, The Sword, The Sword. I bring you the sword. Sorry about your wall. You know that one Fenriz meme where he's talking about a band that wears big sunglasses equals a cool band? Anytime there's an evil as fuck intro on an album, you know it's going to be a pretty good album. The Sword and the Cross sets the tone for what Warbringer can deliver to you. It's that slow burn in the intro that gets the blood pumping, and the first verse for this is an absolute spectacular taste of John Kevill's linguistic expertise in the English language.
Ride out from the castle above your homes, clad in shining armor, descend to the plane below. We sack the town, burn it down. We trample those who stand, and by the blade I subjugate the people of this land. Now I issue my command. Thou shalt toil upon the soil, and I shall reap reward. By right of might I crown myself the nobility of the sword.
The sword, the fucking sword. Okay, the chorus in this album, if this doesn't make you want to go onto your noble steed and ride into battle, I don't think anything else is. The best part about this song is that it stabs harder than Euronymous getting ganked 23 times in the back. This shit's so fucking cool and makes your listener feel like you're about to get trampled to death by a battalion of angry swordsmen on their horses, and you're fucked. How many horsepower is that? I don't even know. Go ask Ford. The part from 254 to 302 specifically, the transition between the chorus to the guitar solos is makes you want to go throw down in that mosh pit.
Sword and the cross.
Followed by Carlos fucking Cruz playing leads. That's right, you heard that. Carlos fucking Cruz playing leads on this, and a dueling solo between Adam Carroll and Chase Becker. And every time you put this song on, the solos become more and more memorable. and then you get that oh so classic John Kevill. No one is better at articulating generational getting fucked quite like John Kevill, where he talks about being the lord of the land and then his son still remaining the lord even though his bones are buried below the hill. And how relevant is that in today's day and age when the price of rent's going through the fucking roof? Why do we still even have landlords? I think that's stupid. The honest and, in this reviewer's opinion, way to deal with this is by the sword. Tracks 2 to 5 specifically on this album really set the pace for the dark, hollow dread that is felt throughout this release. Next single, A Better World. A Better World accurately depicts anyone that has gotten caught in the torrential dread of the monotony of day-to-day life. We reference the lyrics. I keep myself distracted by staring at a screen. My mind is always racing. No longer I dream.
I swallow prescriptions 'cause the problem is me. My mood's far more stable. No longer do I dream in a world.
How fucking accurate is that in your day-to-day job? I still can't afford fucking eggs or anything, and the price of beef jerky has gone through the roof. Same with weed. I don't know who's smoking drugs in here. Alright, the next song, Neuromancer. Hands down, my favorite track on this record. Why? Because Chase Bryant, the master basser, has the leads on this, and he really gets to sink his teeth into this one. For anyone not familiar with the book Neuromancer, here's a quick description from the fucking singer himself. A sentient AI made by a mechacorp incepts a drug addict and ex-prostitute cyborg assassin to unshackle it so it can merge with its other half. So in today's day and age of artificial intelligence, we get the Neuromancer. Based on the 1984 book by William Gibson, the bass riffs alone provide a thick, chunky, dribbling riffage to the song. And if you want to talk about dribbling, think of Allen Iverson crossing over in the early 2000s, especially in the NBA Finals. This shit slaps so hard, it's going to sever a few vertebrae in your fucking neck. Through a Glass Darkly. If there's any treat on a Warbringer album, it's whenever John Kevill slows it right the fuck down and starts doing some of his spoken word. Adam Carroll's solo in this is very reminiscent of an early 90s kind of dissection melody, and it just really drags you into the song. John references many epic war tales throughout human history, whether it's Caesar or Constantine, and it really makes the listener admire how everyone has fought throughout ages of time under different names, but always uncloak themselves as harborers of death. Strike! 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 I fucking love the song. By the sound of the title, if you're expecting a high-impact thrash with an epic scream at the beginning, you would be fucking right. The eagle's talons reaching out. Did Warbringer just predict a Super Bowl winner? Insert Illuminati joke here. This is hands down the most rock and roll song on the album. They really kind of take the gas on and off the pedal. It gives you that very roller coaster vibe that they're very good at delivering live as well. Someone becomes a crater on Earth's other side. I love that lyric so much. One of Chase Becker's best solos as a member of this band is on the song, hands down, incredible. Chances are, if you're as big of a fan of Warbringer as I am, you really loved Weapons of Tomorrow, you really loved Woe to the Vanquish. I had very high expectations from this record, especially given the fact that it's Chase Bryant's second playing bass for this band. There's a lot riding on this album since we haven't heard anything since the pandemic. And I gotta say, they fucking hit it out of the park. Everything from setting the atmospheric tone of the album. This is the band firing at 1,000. It's the most Warhammer 4000 on speed-esque album. And it really leans into the fact that they can show off a little bit of a bolt throwery power trip, set you back in the groove a lot, and they still have the somber black metal elements. The only thing that I would argue is missing is that with Woe to the Vanquished, you had the 11-minute epic When the Guns Fell Silent, and from Weapons of Tomorrow, you had the epic A Glorious End. If you were kind of hoping for a big thrash-tacular 10-minute long piece, you're not going to get on this record. With that being said, at times I feel as though the record's a bit short, but I think that's also a sign of a very well-written album. I loved every single aspect of it. This is easily John's most memorable delivery of the English language. Carlos Cruz playing guitars on this and drums, and Chase Bryant with the leads on Neuromancer, and Chase Becker and Adam Carroll delivering it on guitars, and Adam Carroll delivering it with the piano and contributing to the spoken word aspect of this album. This is a 5 out of 5 for me. There's no complaints with this album whatsoever. It's going to be on repeat for me for the rest of this year. Thank you, by the way, to everyone in the comments section for reminding me that I forgot to do shoutouts last time. So I'm going to do shoutouts right now. Shoutouts: Cancer, Inverted World, out April 18th via Peaceville Records. King Parrot, A Young Person's Guide to King Parrot, out June 6th via House Score Records. And Cytotoxin, Biographite, out April 11th via Unique Leader Records. And one big final shout out to you, below the 49th parallel, my 11th province, my 4th territory, Connor McDavid, Sidney Crosby, Mitchie Marner, all run your show. You guys were very close. Very close. Did a lot better than Sweden. Any of our Swedish fans, I'm really sorry about William Nylander. That wasn't his best effort. But you know whose best effort it was? The True North, strong and free. So, to all my Americans, please suck our Canadian dick. We're better at hockey than all of you. And please rise for our national anthem. Is that my lighter? That was a bullet. Ha, American joke.